Mio, you seem to be underestimating the power of these spirits. If those three had joined forces, there would possibly have been no village left to defend. The man sighed deeply, shaking his head before continuing. You should be grateful. We do not stand a chance if all the spirits were to conspire against us. Do I need to remind you that you can barely stand our ground against even one of them? Elder Sama, you misunderstand. Due to my situation, I simply cannot pretend to be friends with a spirit, not after everything they have done to us. But for now, I will at least remain silent on the matter. There is more at stake here than my personal feud. Know this, fox spirits. If I find either of you doing anything suspicious, I will personally find out whether my sword goes through you as ineffectively as it did that monster. There shall be no talk of such things within this house. Now, Takahiro-kun, you mentioned you wanted to tell us something. Could it be related to your younger companion's comments? I find it curious to hear her mention the name of an old spirit such as Yuri. Actually, what I'm about to tell is something I learned directly from her. You mean, you met her in person? I nodded my head firmly. There's a reason behind the spirit's attitude towards humans, and it doesn't strike you as odd that there are only spirits in this particular area? It is true that there has been no spirit sightings outside of this region, but what does that have to do with us? It has something to do with this region, apparently. You see, the spirits here aren't from this world. You mean to say... Taka-kun, what are you saying? We are spirits, but surely we are still of this world. Oni-sama, what does that mean? Sayuri told me that you probably wouldn't remember it because of how young you were when it happened. But spirits have a world of their own. Some accident caused both worlds to merge temporarily. Then why aren't there more spirits around? The whole thing was apparently dealt with before it got out of hand, but a few spirits became trapped here. Makino-san, Maiko-chan, and 4 other spirits were unfortunate enough to get stuck here. I think Yuri willingly came here to watch over them. You remember being with Yuri for a while, don't you? That's none of your business. Su-chan took care of us for a little while, but then she took us to a mansion and sort of left us there. Now we can only visit her when she wants us to. What about these 4 other spirits? Even though she's a powerful spirit, Sayuri has to follow certain rules. Because of that, she wasn't able to reach the other spirits. I do not know what to say. I need a moment. Might I use another room to compose myself? I'll show you. I can take you somewhere and, look after you. To make sure you won't do anything fiendish and all that. Come on, Machiko-san, this way. When Machiko and Narumi left the room, I sighed and turned my focus back to the conversation. Now about the, panty theft? Right. They did seem rather adamant about getting their hands on those for some reason. What was the purpose of that? Surely those girls have undergarments of their own. It was a simple mistake. I needed a maiden silk for my spell. How was I supposed to know that it was something other than silky things that girls wear? It was all a misunderstanding. None of them knew that a maiden silk is another term for a wedding sash. Innocent, huh? If they really thought that, they could have just used their own. Nah, that's where you're wrong. Oni-sama and I don't have any. You two... I think we should move on to a different matter. Yeah, moving on. Sayuri suggested that we find a way to help you guys out. If we could make you trust us, we figured that maybe you would make us the sash. But why would you need such an item? Boo, silly man. I already told you. I need it for a spell. Meiko-chan, this guy isn't a magician. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Basically, Meiko-chan has been researching a spell that would allow her to travel to another realm. Why would she desire such a power? Imagine being stuck far away from this village. You don't know any way to return to your loved ones. To make matters worse, you're in a place you don't know, with beings unlike anything you have ever seen before. Now let's say you had a power that would let you go anywhere you want. Where would you go? Are you saying that? Yes. Even if they weren't aware of it, they must have subconsciously felt they were different from you. They only wanted